My name is Kristine Gay Johnson, and I was born and raised in Seattle, Washington, in Pacific Northwest. And then I lived on about every corner of the country. I moved down to Los Angeles, and then to New Jersey, down to Houston, and now I've come to Florida. And I live in Citrus County on the nature coast, beautiful west coast of Florida. It's filled with nature, creatures, and it's not half as busy as a lot of the city life that I lived in elsewhere. So very happy here. It's good to be home to Florida. I have written 2 books, Dance with the Stars and The We Factor. The Dance with the Stars was the first book, and it is a broad overview of the metaphysical world. It's a view into the world beyond what we see and touch and believe is to be the only thing that is real. It's a very broad overview. People who are interested in spirituality or are curious about spirituality would find it an interesting read. And the second book is The We Factor. And this book looks at the fact that we are both spirit and human. We are a spiritual being. We come into this life. We don this wonderful physical body that we wear. And there are those 2 aspects of ourselves. It's almost like the devil and the angel sitting on our shoulders. And what my pretense is here is that those 2 parts of ourselves can learn to recognize and realize the other part is there, so that they can become more interrelated and more balanced and become a more authentic, complete expression in this life. And another book, yes, there will be one coming. I've found with my writing that there's no rushing these things. So when it is time for that book to start, it will start. Well, I've been interested in writing pretty much all my life. I love the ability to put words together and communicate as closely as you can. Here we are, each individuals, each with their own understanding of words that are used. And so the challenge is to use words in such a way that what your heart is attempting to bring across does come across to the individual. So that's been something that all my life I've been interested in. I won a county-wide contest in high school, a writing contest with a with a science fiction theme that I've seen in a lot of movies since then. They didn't send me any royalties, but yes, all my life. Well, the personal experience comes into my books quite fully, and the research that I do may sound odd, but I find my research in meditation. It's a natural process for me. My books and my yearning in this life is to express spirituality and to help people understand that in a deeper way and get them interested to look within themselves. So it's not going to the library and searching through books for other people's words. It's looking into my own heart and finding the vibrations that I want to bring forth. It's a very natural flowing process. Well, my writing space, where I write, it could be almost anywhere. As long as I have a keyboard under my fingers, I tend to close my eyes and just feel and let the words move. But it has to be a quiet environment. I need to have some peacefulness. So when I was thinking about where I might like to write most, thinking about a little cabin up in the mountains somewhere where you can look out the window and see the trees and the deer and munching on some grass. But almost anywhere, when the writing is ready to come, it just will come. One of the authors that has inspired me is Paramahansa Yogananda. He was an Indian guru who came to the US in the 1920s. And he stayed in America for about 30 years. And just an incredibly brilliant man, but also the heartfelt expression that he gave, both live and towards the end of his life. He spent a lot of time writing. And so the books that he has produced, if your day gets tough and you open one of his books and read several pages, you get brought back down into a balanced condition and remember that life is good. My favorite library memory would be something like in high school and going on into junior college, going to the library to do research, to do a paper, to find out something. I remember rifling through the card catalogs when they were really cards, and the sense of adventure of finding I knew what I wanted to find, but where was it? And I knew it was in here somewhere. I don't think anyone can imagine what libraries are going to be like in 10 years. Technology is moving so fast and information is becoming so readily available. Maybe libraries will serve a better purpose of helping us discern valuable information from the riffraff that you can get deluged by when you're just surfing the web. It's going to be important to come to the quality of information and be able to go a place and find that. And I also feel that everyone is always going to want to take a book off the shelf and feel it in their hands and turn pages. The main thing I would tell a writer just thinking about beginning to write would be to realize that writing is only one of an infinite possibilities of creative activities that they can do in their life. And I would ask them to sit quietly with themselves and feel their heart, to imagine what it would be like to produce a writing and what is their motivation behind doing that. All of these processes in life, to my way of believing, is it needs to have a flow. It needs to be easy. If you ever are writing and you get stuck, I'd suggest taking a walk. If you can go to nature, take a walk in a park, get yourself calmed down, and then allow that flow of words just to start again naturally.